Hey, you guys, Chef Justin 23 back here again, and this is his DVD and Blu-ray update of the week. These are a couple just DVDs or Blu-rays that I picked up the last 2 or 3 weeks. You know, like I still have plenty more to watch and review. I have so many, but I'm kind of just breaking this part up. But these are the ones that I've got over the past couple weeks, and just reviewing on them. Starting off, I was at Walmart a few weeks back ago and stuff like that, and I was just going through the $5 bin and $7 bin for Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff like that, and there's a few that I picked up, and I'm so happy I picked up and added to my collection. So yeah, the Blu-ray ones I picked up is Rounders and Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2. If you guys don't know, I'm a huge comic book fan, so I definitely have to have this in my collection. So yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely just gonna definitely watch these two movies. So yeah, Rounders I did watch. It has Matt Damon, Edward Norton, John Malkovich, has so many people. John Tenorino. Yeah, John Tenorino is the guy from Transformers. Yeah. So the movie Rounders, if you guys haven't seen it, it's just the movie. It's kind of the movie about like 21. If you ever seen that with Sean Connery or something like that. I can't think of his name. But yeah, it's kind of like it's a card playing game basically. Card playing game movie. There you go. It's about Matt Damon and Edward Norton. They're both really good at like a poker and they could count cards and shit like that, or some shit like that. It's pretty cool. Edward Norton, he just got out of jail. Matt Damon's he got out of like playing poker and stuff like that because he lost it all and decided just to concentrate on his school for being a lawyer. And his friend Edward Norton just came out of jail. So Edward Norton obviously wants to go play again. So basically they both teamed up again and started making a lot of money. But Edward Norton's just being stupid, and he makes a lot of debt with like bad people and stuff like that. So Matt Damon plays through each game just to play off Edward Norton's debt and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. John Malkovich plays like a bad he plays like a Russian mob gangster Godfather guy, and John Tenorino, he plays like a good guy, like kind of like that angel or like that secret conscience thing. He's like Matt Damon, or he's like, Matt, you shouldn't be doing this, but if you really need to, here's the hookup, blah blah, etc etc. So yeah, it's a really good movie. Definitely check that one out. The next two movies are just DVDs. I don't mind them, even though they're on DVDs. Even though I definitely got into just getting into a lot of Blu-rays now. But the first one, I'm really excited that I'm actually both really excited. They both had them for like $5. The first one was the original I Spit on Your Grave. I own the remake one on DVD, so definitely just having the original one. Sorry, there's a glare on that. Definitely owning the original one, to add to the collection is great. There's so much comparison to both the remake and the new one. I definitely like a lot of the older slashers of how they make movies, because at least it just shows like more of the raw film to it. Not like not like the new ones, like, oh, you can't show a titty or something like that, or you can't show an ass crack or some bullshit like that. This one has like a full on 30 to 40 minute rape scene. Like it's redonkulous. It's like ridiculously like fucking like horrible. Like I sat there, I'm like, you know, like gruesome. I'm like, dude, raping a chick like for 40 like minutes, like 3 different dudes. I'm like, fuck, you know. But it's such a great film though. You know how she just gets her revenge back and stuff like that. If you guys never seen it, definitely check this one out, or even the remake. The remake is great too. So yeah, I Spit on Your Grave, the original one. So yeah. Next one is I've been looking for this one for a while, and every time I've seen it at my other movie stores, and it is the collector's edition one, is Jackie Brown. The ones that I've seen at my video stores that I was saying was the collector's editions ones, but all the artwork on it was like fucked up on it, and they're still charging them for like $10 and shit like that. That like buybacks and Zia Records and shit like that. I'm like, fuck that. And I'm just so happy that Walmart had this for like $5. Collector's edition. There's no slip cover or nothing, but it is a 2-disc. It's definitely cool how it's just Jackie Brown on both, or I mean, you know, spells out Jackie Brown for both discs. So yeah, I've seen this movie like several times. It's one of Quentin Tarantino's good films. You know, it's about Jackie Brown. Yeah, it's about Jackie Brown. She smuggles money or something like that from like bounty hunters and like bad guys and gangsters and shit like that. So it's pretty cool. Robert De Niro's in it. Michael Keaton's in it. Samuel L. Jackson. Robert De Niro. So many people in the movie is in it. I even think there's like a small clip with like John Travolta in it or something like that too. But yeah, I mean, like, there's so many fucking people in it though. Such a great film. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. Yeah, Jackie Brown. Next ones, I'm gonna do quite some time on this, and I actually bought these 3 sets. They all come with like different films. Like there's one an 8-pack, there's a 6-pack, and another 6-pack. I bought this off a friend of mine off YouTube. Wet Movie 1. He's a great friend of mine. You know, I bought these 3 films from him. You know, he had a contest, but I didn't win. But I was just smart enough to buy it, so just in case if I didn't win. But yeah, I finally watched them all. Great films in it. The first one is the 8-pack of the Lions Horror Pack. 976 Evil, Ghoulies 3, The Unholy, Chud 2, Chopping Mall, Slaughter High, Class of '99, and Waxwork. All great films. I love all these like great classic films in them. You know, like they all have that feel to them. You know, like they all have that like raw footage, like I was talking about, like in the old slashers and stuff like that. Out of all of them, I gotta love like Chopping Mall was great. Was right on top. Chud 2 was really good. I was really surprised about that one. I really liked that one a lot. Slaughter High was good. 976 Evil 2 was good. Ghoulies 3 was okay. You know, it's just about some creatures terrorizing a frat house and in college and stuff like that. But yeah, but all great films. Yeah. Next one I want to talk about is the 6-pack of the Lionsgate. There's Blood Diner Parents, Earth Girls Are Easy, Sundown the Vampire, and Retreat, Fido, and Boy Eats Girl. All great films. I've seen all of them too. After watching this, I love Blood Diner. You know, it was such a great film, like cannibalism and stuff like that. And it was funny that when you first start watching Blood Diner, like they tell you like, don't pirate movies, blah blah. And then after it says that, they'll give you a little sign that says, warning, cannibalism's bad, and don't eat people, and what you see in the movie is just performed by professionals and stuff like that. I'm like, what? Ridiculous for like they have a warning for like being a cannibal, like what? But yeah, Parents is great. That was like another cannibal movie. Fido was definitely good. I was I'm happy that I bought this collection and I actually own Fido now. Such a great movie, Fido. I actually seen Boy Eats Girl. I guess I never seen all of it and I never knew the name of the movie, but I actually watched all of it this time and I know the name of the movie now and I own it. Boy Eats Girl was great. It's a British movie. Who's in it? I forgot. Some girl. She used to be a singer or something like that. Christina Milian or some shit like that. But yeah. The next one's another 6-pack film. This one's like Bride of the Reanimator, Beyond the Reanimator, Reanimator. There we go. Return of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, Knocalypse, Living Dead, Rave from the Grave, and the 3D one. All great films. Out of all of them, I actually gotta watch. I gotta definitely just like watching the Reanimator ones. All the Night of the Living Dead ones were kind of weak, you know. So, yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen any of these movies on any of the packs that I said, definitely check them out. The next couple movies I'm just gonna talk about them real quick because my videos are could be only up to 14 minutes or like 15 minutes. So, and I'm kind of close. So I'm like 12 minutes. So yeah. Next movies I got was Breaking Wind. That was a spoof of Breaking Dawn, that Twilight movie. It's about kind of almost exactly the same as Breaking Dawn, but this one's about like a lot of funny stuff in it, basically. Yeah. Next one was Contraband. I talked about that one on one of my date night movies. I think that was date night number 5 with my wifey, so I definitely talked about that one, Contraband, with Mark Wahlberg. So yeah. Next one is Haywire. That was about a rogue CIA girl. Channing Tatum's in that one. Actually, just thinking about it. So many people, and there's a great cast in that one. The Darkest Hour, I had to add that one. That was about like some kids go to Russia or something like that, and like weird creatures of like light and shit like evaporates them into like milk powder or some shit like that. The next one is Die. I know a movie named by Die means like scary, like die, you know, but this one's about it is scary, but it's basically about die, like dice. It's about kind of like a Saw twist movie where people have to roll pair of dice to see the next person live or die, you know, and then whenever, if they live, then they get to roll the dice, and then they'll put you up on the podium or whatever it is, and then see if you die or not, you know, etc., etc. Basically, you know, like a Saw thriller twist movie type of thing, you know. But it's a really cool movie. It's like really low budget, but it's great to have in the collection. Next one, I actually just had to burn this copy. Actually, this was a pirated copy, bootleg copy, and never came out to DVD or VHS or anything like that. I'm a huge, not a huge, but I am a Disney fan, and this was one of the Disney movies that they played on TV that never came out to like DVD or anything like that, and it was called Brink. It's about this inline skater. His family's having some family issues because his dad was on disability and stuff like that. His mom's just paying all the bills right now, and he's a high school student. He's about to graduate, and he's getting a job and working 2 jobs and going to school is hard on him, you know, trying to help out his parents. And then he decides, since he's so good at inline skating, might as well just join a sponsored team because they pay you a lot. And the inline skater team, they join up, they pay him and stuff like that, and he decides, it's like, that's not for me, and tries to get out, etc., etc. So yeah, it's an inline skating movie. I love that movie. Actually, here's the burnt copy of it. So yeah, yeah. Even though piracy's bad, I just had to add it to my collection. But yeah, so yeah. If you guys definitely just comment, subscribe. Yeah. Till next time, I'll see you guys. Yep.